What would you suggest for diabetic patients? Because so many people, like after coming into spirituality and especially meditation, so many
Diabetes.
people they have cured the diabetes and name it, so many diseases they have cured. But again, in this fast life, they don't have time much
Hmm.
for practicing long hours of meditation. So, in that case, how would you suggest to these people how they can, normalize their diseases? And I think they can cure it also.
Yes,
There
yes,
is, there is like,
definitely,
if they connect
definitely.
with nature and all these
Yes,
practices,
yes, yes,
acupuncture.
yes,
So,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah, so as you rightly mentioned, we have to connect with nature. And not just acupuncture, homeopathy, Ayurveda, Siddha Vaidya, the alternate medicines that I'm talking about, they are also very good at healing any kind of these things. See, one thing is with diabetes, what in previous days, the diabetes rate was not this high. It was low. But people were eating all kinds of foods.
yeah,
Why it has increased is people are mixing and matching different kinds of food. There is some YouTube channel saying, have this food. They will order it from Amazon. It should be produced around you. Whatever we are eating, it should be in your produced in your local area. In South India especially, people started eating a lot of wheat. This is North Indians food. It is their staple food. It is there in their DNA. It may or may not affect them so much. But when South Indians started eating a lot of wheat, after this awareness that, stop eating rice. It is not good for you. Start eating wheat because rice will give you diabetes. This is not there in South Indians' DNA. They will start eating this wheat. What happens? Wheat has gluten in it. Gluten is nothing but glucose.
glucose, yeah.
And it has power of killing our beta cells. That gives legs pains also. Our legs will start paining. Especially South Indians, they can notice it because this is not there in our DNA. Our ancestors did not eat this food. The sudden change in food, you're bringing someone else's food, making your own food. That is the reason all these things are happening. Eat your food, which is there in your DNA, which is close to you, close to your DNA, close to your ancestors. Everything is perfectly. Our India is so diverse with the temperature, with the season, when with the location. We have our own foods, local foods. Now there are many South Indian foods which North and East may not know. Similarly, we here in South India we don't know their foods, but that is good for them. This is good for us. Once in a while we can eat and enjoy, but if you are making them your actual food and forgetting what is there in your DNA, that's the food is not matching the DNA and gone.
So many insights are there. Like we should know when, what should we eat, what we should not eat at after particular time, what we should not. People they take fruits, but citric we should not
Hmm.
take after evening,
Right,
right?
right, right. I'll also make it very simple. In the morning, okay, first on day one, you boil some rice. Rice again, I'm saying rice. Boil some rice, add a little water to it, and let it stay overnight. Now, this water will attract B12
Mm-hmm.
from the rice. It gets enriched.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So, B12 gets produced by the next morning. Use this water to churn your curd and add it back to this rice and make a tadka. Add a little ghee. To the little ghee, add your tadka and put it back with a little bit of salt, of course, and have this as your breakfast
Overnight we have to soak it, and then that water we should use in a
to
uh,
churn the curd.
curd.
Yeah.
And
Add it back to your rice and eat it as your breakfast. This is rich in protein. This is rich in B12. I eat only rice. You can see my hair and skin. I don't go to beauty palace and all. I'm not saying they're bad, but I'm just saying I'm close to nature.
yeah,
So
yes.
I'm into eating this natural food. I'm into meditation, yoga, and all that. So this helps a lot. And we all know B12 is good for skin and hair.
Yeah,
So
and we are vegetarian, like especially vegetarian people, they are not getting enough
yeah,
B12.
yeah,
So
yeah,
either they're taking these supplements
hmm,
or some other thing, but that is also not helping
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
And long term, if we have to depend on the supplements and all, then again,
Yeah, it's another
it's
popping of a
yeah,
pill.
yes, yes.
So this can be your breakfast. Then in lunch you can have your lunch, whatever you want to eat. If we end it with a sweet, Sweet again, not made with white sugar. We can add a piece of jaggery.
Jaggery, yeah.
And with that jaggery, just melt a little bit of ghee, add it to that, and have it. It is very tasty.
Mm-hmm.
What it does is it soothes our stomach when we finish our lunch with a pinch of jaggery with cow ghee again. It soothes our stomach because we eat different kinds of tastes, right? So it soothes our stomach. And then in the dinner, we can close it with soup or a vegetable salad. Boil it if your body is saying, I don't want raw, we can boil it. Things that you have to avoid is preferably have fruits in the morning. After you wake up, if you take half an hour's break and if you have a banana or any other fruit, you will have easy digestion. I mean, you will have easy, your toilet will say thanks, your stomach will say thanks to you.
That's
So,
nice.
so that will happen. Then take a break, have whatever I said, have that in breakfast and then lunch. In the dinner, if we close it at 7 o'clock with this raw food or boil it for 6 to 7 minutes, as I said, good to go. You will become slim also. It is the best medicine for obesity also.
Wow. So you brought all jackpot over here. Thank you.